Hello and welcome to my review of the LEGO City 60409 mobile construction crane. This is a very large set from last year. Very large set. I am prepared to say this is one of the largest single vehicle city sets ever released. It's massive in length. It's I think one of the longest LEGO vehicles ever. Yes, it's very big, it's very heavy duty, and it's a pretty cool thing. We're going to have a look at it here, but we're going to start with some of the smaller stuff. I think we'll probably start with the minifigures. Here are the 4 minifigures included in the set, and interestingly, these figures are all quite similar, but they're all actually different. As you can see, the 2 on the right have the same leg pieces, the 2 on the left have the printing, which does look very nice. The one on the, this one, and this one have the same torso piece. This one has kind of the same torso piece, but with the kind of dungarees over it. And then the one on the right is very different, as they are obviously intended to be the foreman of the site, which is shown here by the white hard hat. Interestingly, there is also 4 different types of hard hat here. We've got white molded with hair, red regular, red with the molded with the ear defenders, and red molded with hair. So that's quite interesting. The minifigure on the left has a remote control or a radio piece, a spanner for the second one there, and then a blueprint over on the right, which I believe is of a set. I can't tell you which one. If I've worked it out by the time I'm editing this video, it will be on the screen right now. But yes, I'm not entirely sure what set that is, but I believe it is based on a real one. Right in the back here, you can see that the prints in the back look good too, and there's an alternate face over here, and an alternate face over here. So the one on the right can be happy, and the one on the left can be, well, looks kind of disappointed. Maybe something's gone wrong with the construction of this building thing. Here is what to me is probably the most disappointing thing in the set. And it's not the fault of this itself, it's just what it's representing. This is a small Portaloo mobile toilet thing, outhouse thing for a construction site. It looks very good. It's a nice little build. They've made a few of these, but it looks fine. It's got some toilet paper in there, and yeah, looks good. Yeah, it does look nice. Nice colour scheme and a nice sticker on the door. But this is it for what the crane can lift, in the set at least. Obviously there's other things, but yeah, it's a little bit disappointing this. I don't know what they could have included, but this just feels slightly ridiculous. The crane is about 40 times larger than this, which yeah, anyway, you know, it's just a thing to note that this is the cargo in the set. Here we have the very long crane then. It's also quite wide, 8 studs wide, about 9 at the widest point. It's also got 8 axles and 16 wheels, which makes it near impossible to turn. It takes a lot to turn it, but it feels good rolling. It feels very heavy and powerful. Yes, so we're going to have a look at it kind of operating first, and then we're going to take a closer look around it. So, first of all, right on the back, I'll show you these in a second, but there's a storage rack for 4 little plates here. They're all an identical build. I've just dropped them everywhere, but here they are. These go below the feet. So here are the outriggers, which come out very nicely. They're on one of the Technic kind of hydraulic cylinder pieces. And then the idea is, get my other hand in, that sits there, and it provides a good solid base. So they can go all the way around it. There is also this one back here, which we'll just put on here. There we go, perfect. I won't do the other side just now, but yes, so that's the idea. And then here we have, let's come out of the spot, that cable's supposed to be on the top there we go. So, here we have the control for the in and out of the kind of boom, and then this is the winch. And the entire thing is lifted just simply by you lifting it, which is slightly unfortunate. It would be nice to have a mechanism for that. It uses 2 of the kind of Technic boom pieces, which can hold the weight, sort of. They don't really. It's so heavy, and when you've got a cargo on, it's even heavier. But LEGO have thought around that and included our 2 small brown pins. So once you get it to the height that you desire, you can then simply push a pin through there, and that will keep it at that height, and now it can't come down. I'm just going to move the camera up. There we go. So then by turning the other wheel down here, that will lower the winch, and then this wheel puts the boom out, and it can go a serious height. I won't actually be able to show the height off here, I don't think. Got it still going. There we go, and then let's just try full height, see if it will actually work. It will. So let's just pick the camera up, and you can see that it is right up at the top with the lights. So there we go. It is, I believe, just shy of a metre tall when it is fully up, which is a very, very impressive height. Yeah, I mean, this is on a different scale compared to most city vehicles. I do believe this is a Lieberherr crane this is based on in real life. It looks very similar to them. But now that it's in a bit more of a casual height, let's try lifting something. And let's not lift this. It's a bit small, you know? Let's lift something with a bit of weight. So, here I have with the camera back there, a Lego City bus. This is one of the most recent buses. It came from the 60335 train station set from a couple of years ago. And let's try and lift it. So, here goes the cable. I don't think it's going to struggle with this at all. And, oh, it's putting a fair bit of force on it, but it will lift it happily. And due to the way this winch is geared, it's not attempting to come out. One complaint is this cable here sometimes comes out of the place it's supposed to be. I'll show you that in a second. But there you go. And then you can turn it, and it will happily lift that bus. I don't know what the passengers are thinking at this moment in time, but there you go. It will happily lift and rotate and suspend the bus. Ooh, you can see how much of a job the outriggers are doing to stop it from tipping. But there we go, right round. And it can hold it. I wouldn't say no stress, but it's managing that fairly well. So yeah, there's the functionality of it. It's very good, I would say. I mean, it's, yeah, very good functionality. You couldn't really ask for much more, I don't think. Yeah, it's a solid thing, this. And then you can see how much it relaxes when that's taken off it. But yeah, it can lift some serious weight. Right, now that you've seen the crane in operation, let's have a look around it a little bit closer. Now, closer it's going to be a relative term because of how large it is, but this is about as close as I can get in, I think. So, if we move the boom out the way, we will see that the cab is split in two. It uses 2 of the 4 wide car roof pieces, due to it being 8 studs wide. Let's actually just move this out of the way and have a look in here. So you can see that there is a steering wheel on the left hand side and a small control panel, and well, that's about it. There's not even any seats, just kind of spots to sit in. But yes, let's actually, won't even bother putting the roof back on. It's convertible now. Moving along this side, this is the arguably less interesting side. It has the 2 control wheels here, which I actually am unaware if the instructions tell you to put them on the opposite ways. I did simply to try and tell them apart. Yeah, it still doesn't really work. These pieces here, they're just 1x3 little L-shaped pieces. That's the idea for the cable to go in. The problem is it pops out a lot. They don't work particularly well for that. Now coming around this side, it keeps collapsing because I haven't got the pins in. But here at the back we have the weights. There's 4 of these kind of weight blocks, each saying 10 tons on them. These can be removed. They're held on by a couple Technic pins, and the idea of them being removed is that's not how they're supposed to be removed. They actually have these 2x2 modified plates, which are supposed to stay on there. Random thing, is anyone else finding that Technic pins these days are far tighter than they used to be and don't really come out when they're supposed to? I don't know, I just feel the later sets Mainly this one had some very tight technical elements. But anyway, here are the 2 weight blocks. There's 4 included in the set, and these can be separated out again. The main reason these come off is for transport because of the width. They need to be removed before it can go on the road. Here are the pads that I was talking about earlier to go under the outriggers. They just sit in some little slots just there. Now I'm going to rotate the entire vehicle around. The front, while it might be challenging to see where you're going because of the really large hook, well, let's just have a quick look at the hook. Hook is quite a simple assembly. Just uses a kind of wheel piece to make, so that's quite dark, it's quite hard for you to see, to make this large hook, which just hangs on a kind of higher strength rope piece than Lego usually use. And then it's just got the normal hook at the bottom. Right on this side, there's been an accident. There we go. Right on this side, again, here it's all very similar. There's the outrigger action again, just in case you didn't see that, how it uses those pieces. And then it just sits in here on those 2 studs, which keep it clamped in. Back here we have the cab for the controlling of the crane. The window and roof come off together, and you can see that there is a spot for a minifigure to sit there. There isn't even any studs, but they do just sit there, and they stay quite well. You may have also noticed that the cap is swinging around. That is for transport yet again for the width. The idea is at the rear here, when the weights are removed and this is pulled out, this entire section here is removable. So you don't actually have to remove the weights if you don't want to. And then the cab rotates right round and sits at the back. So that it then is only 8 studs wide. That is often how these, I believe, work in real life. At the back, it's very simple. Strangely, maybe I've made a mistake, but I'm sure the instructions only told you to put one of these on, even though there's a clip there for a second one. That could be on me. Yeah, and it's got some lights, and that's about it. Yes, you can see the spool there of the cable and how it's routed up there, and how this gear system here provides enough kind of torque for that oval to stay in place. This then simply just clips back in there and holds everything that needs to be held, including the weights and all of these little pads which just sit right in there like that. There we go. Excellent. Very neat. Here are all the spare parts included in the set. There's nothing particularly interesting here, although there is a few of these 1x1 printed white tiles with kind of checker pattern, and then there is this quite interesting piece which is a bit more unique. But yeah, that's about it. And sticker wise, there is all the stickers in the set. So overall, I really like this set. This is probably my pick for the best set of 2024, honestly. I really like Lego construction equipment, and this is no different. I think this might be one of the best bits of Lego construction equipment yet. I really don't have any complaints. My biggest complaint is simply that is the kind of cargo. In the background, you might see there is a second crane, identical, lifting something much larger looking. I feel that would have been perfect to include. Just included a few of the large panel pieces, or the large girder pieces, and yeah, I just felt that might have been a bit better. But anyway, I still really like the set. It's a very large box as well. Yeah, no real complaints, honestly. I think the price is fair. Yeah, no complaints. It's an interesting box, this, actually, because it opens. It opens. As you can see, that the front is a lid, and it opens. And this is also the first set I've ever had with paper bags instead of plastic bags in it, which was quite interesting. Yeah, they were good. I'm happy with the paper bags. It's a good change. My only complaint would be that you can't see the pieces in each bag. So when you're building it, it's kind of, you have to be very careful. You've got every piece out before you dispose of the bag. But yes, overall, very nice set. You can see that you're actually supposed to have it clipped into the front instead of it hanging about. I forgot to do that. But anyway, yes, very nice set, and I hope to talk to you again very soon. Bye for now.